I think I'd be very unfair on myself if I did not ask you this question. I'm a journalist. I work in the media. How do you deal with the media as a leader?
You know, I think I work through it also intellectually, because I think that many of us who sit in this room feel somewhat hard done by the media. I think particularly those who come from the liberation movements feel that the media have an ownership structure and an agenda that is alien to the work that we do. What I basically understand is that you've got to, in a sense, treat the media as another site of struggle. I think that when you have a FU attitude towards the media and you dismiss it, you give up the contest. And yet, fortunately or unfortunately, it is the only game in town when you want to inform people. That's why we appear to have a love-hate relationship. We hate the media, but we call press conferences. Which shows that there's a dilemma within us. You want to beat up the journalist, but you need the journalist to write a good story. And so a lot of media relations is about managing that essential dilemma within you. And I think that the best way is to try and depersonalize it. Not to think that they've got an agenda against you, but to be able to say, look, we're dealing with a media that operates by rules that we don't agree with, and that is that sensation sells, that scandal is better than good news, and that the personal is more important than the collective. Now that's anathema to some of us who come from the liberation movement. We've been drummed into our souls that the collective is more important than the person, and the moment you say, you're out of the pale, and the moment you appear to glorify yourself and all of those kind of things, that you're doing something wrong. It's against the values that we stand for. So part of, we can't imagine a Barack Obama and a Hillary and them in South Africa. They'd be shot down before the collective. But the fact of the matter is that we need to understand the paradigm of the media, and we need to contest even if we understand the conditions to be unfair. And so to a large extent, we've got to get into how we package certain things. I think lots of us like to sit in our boardrooms giving press conferences, whereas maybe it will be more exciting to do it at the scene of the crime. So that you give the media enough of the sensation while they get your soundbite on it. Lots of us have not learned to speak in soundbites. Bill Clinton said the first time he ran for president, the soundbite was 14 seconds. When he ran again the second time, it was 12 seconds. If you couldn't say it within 12 seconds, you've lost it. And all of us want to give lectures when we stand in front of the TV. They only have a few seconds for you. So you've got to discipline yourself to say what you need to say. At least in South Africa, I think we have a 20-second soundbite. You've got to be able to say it crisply, to the point. And I think that it's basic training that we often lack, and you probably experience that a lot. We think we have unlimited time to say it as slowly as what we want to, and so forth. We've got to get with the game if you want to contest it. Otherwise, we must give up. And so I think we've got to transform our attitude towards the media, not see it as being transformed or anything, but certainly how do we contest it.